Hey everyone, and Happy New Year. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since I've shared an actual YouTube video here, but I have a good topic for you today. This was supposed to be out before the new year, so I apologize. I hope it's still going to be relevant for you, and it's all about New Year's resolutions. So I do not do or believe in New Year's resolutions, and I don't think a lot of people should, and I'm going to share why. And this is specifically relating to health goals, but it can be applied to really any aspect of life, okay? Financial, business, etc. But specifically, because this is a health channel, I'm going to be relating it to health. This thing that we see right around the time of a new year is everybody starts sharing what resolutions they have, and they start planning these big goals. They're not little tiny goals that people have. These are big goals. I'm going to lose 50 pounds. I am going to jog for an hour every single day. I'm going to hit $1 million in sales. Things like that. So goals that require a lot of effort and energy to see through. Now, I think resolutions, like the idea of them is good. It gives people things to work towards, and it, helps us, get kind of out of the same rut, at least for a period of time. The reason why I don't like resolutions and why I don't think people should be doing resolutions specifically is because most of the time they are unattainable or they are really hard to maintain long term. So what we typically see is people start off strong in the first, maybe month of the year, and then they start to fall off the wagon or start to lose sight of their goals, and most people don't end up achieving their New Year's resolutions. I'll give you an example. So we live out in the country right near the water, and we have a really beautiful biking path near us. So we get a lot of, bikers and joggers and things like that. Well, we've lived here for 6 years, and typically in the winter time, which is right now, we probably see one jogger a day. And this has always been the case. But always on January 1st, I wake up in the morning, I'm looking out my window, and I see like 30, 40 people jogging. It's beautiful, it's great, people are moving their bodies, but you know that these are the New Year's resolutions people who are either saying they're gonna lose a specific amount of weight, or they're gonna go jogging every day, or they're gonna do something physical every day. And it's great, but every day that goes down, we're only on January 4th as I'm filming this, and we're already, the joggers are cut into a third. So there's probably maybe 10 joggers I saw this morning. So it just kind of goes to show that somebody will make an intense goal, and that's what resolutions usually are, and they're hard to see through. So again, I'm relating this to health, guys, but I want you to apply this to every aspect of your life. What can we do instead of resolutions that will actually give us results and get us to that finish line, get us to that goal? It's about setting smaller, I don't even want to say goals, but smaller achievements. It's about doing things daily to improve your health or improve whatever aspect of your life you're trying to improve, rather than setting one big goal and then trying to do everything you can to achieve it. So I'm going to give you an example. Instead of saying to yourself, I am going to lose 50 pounds this year, that doesn't set little daily goals for you. You just have one final goal of losing 50 pounds, which means you have to do anything and everything to try to hit it. But you don't have a goal day to day to get there, right? You need day to day goals. I find that for myself, this has always been the case. I set my to-do list daily, not yearly. So I'm not going to say by the end of the year, I need to have this, 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 and this, and this done. I say by tomorrow, this needs to be done. And the following day, this needs to be done. Or the following week, this needs to be done. So I set smaller goals, and it helps so much in being able to achieve them. So again, an example, instead of saying, I'm going to lose 50 pounds, you could say, I am going to forget the number. Okay, I am going to move my body 3 days a week for a minimum of 5 minutes. Okay, I'm applying this to somebody who is maybe overweight and somebody who doesn't work out at all. So that's what this example is for. Obviously, if you're already exercising, you would add more to that. But if you've never moved your body and you're like, I want to start working out, or I want to start jogging, don't give yourself a goal of jogging for an hour every day. Say, I am going to exercise for 5 minutes a day. Just do 3 5-minute HIIT workouts a week. If you start there, that might be maintainable for you if you are not fit at all. And then as your fitness level starts to increase, you set a new goal. It does not need to be the start of the year to set a new goal. It needs to be adapting as you adapt and as you change and as you evolve. So maybe a month in, you're like, wow, these 5-minute HIIT workouts are way too easy. Your new goal then becomes, I am going to do 3 10-minute HIIT workouts a day. And then from there, you can increase it to 3 15-minute and 20-minute workouts. And then if you're like, I love this and I'm feeling great, why not do it 4 days a week? Why not start adding weights to it? And that's how you can start to see, oh, hey, I'm losing the pounds that I wanted to lose just by moving my body, right? And by making small goals that I can actually achieve. I find that if you tell most people work out for 1 hour every single day in the new year, most people won't do it more than a week long. Unless you have crazy motivation and discipline, you're not going to be able to achieve that. So that's what you want to be doing for all of your goals. So let's give you an example now, specifically in regards to your health. Say you are having really bad IBS symptoms and your goal for resolution for 2023 was to be IBS free. That again doesn't leave you with much room to have day-to-day goals. It just is so vague and so broad that day-to-day you're like, what are my goals? And you're probably not going to hit what you actually need to be hitting in order to be IBS free. And then the end of the year comes, you might still have IBS, and then you're going to have frustration. So what can we do to make a maintainable goal? Forget resolutions, forget the start of the new year. Just say, for this week, I am going to incorporate 3 gelatin teas, or I am going to have transcutaneous vagal nerve stimulation done 4 days a week for 15 minutes. Something small. You start there, and then if you're like, oh, I got this is easy, then maybe you can start increasing and doing more things. I'm going to be taking this supplement every day. I am going to start cutting out soda, or I am going to start steaming all my veggies. So you pick little tiny goals and you start implementing them. And as you adapt and evolve and become better at what you're doing, you can then have the stamina and the energy to add more and more and more to your goals. And you'll notice that as you're doing these little tasks, they add up to something bigger and give you the results you're looking for. I had a client message me a few days before the new year, and she said, my New Year's resolution is to go gluten-free on New Year's Day, because she's currently eating gluten, and it's something I've been telling her to start reducing in order to help her symptoms. And she said, New Year's Day, gluten's cut out, and that's it. I'm not eating it for the rest of the year. And the first thing I said to her was, don't do that. That is not going to be manageable or maintainable. I've been working with her for a while, and I know that she struggles with cutting things out. And so for most people, if they're doing this, they're going to end up either binging on gluten, or they're going to just say, this is not maintainable for me, and drop it. So I said, don't do that. I said, instead of cutting out gluten cold turkey on New Year's Day, New Year's Day, yes, it's a new year, but it doesn't really mean anything at the end of the day. So I said, instead of doing that, make it a goal, because you're currently having gluten 7 days a week. Make it a goal to have it just 5 days a week. So start by cutting it out for just 2 days a week. You can pick the day. On those 2 days, you can eat whatever you want as far as, healthy foods and whatnot, but just don't eat gluten. Have a gluten-free substitute, or find another way to avoid gluten. Once you've done that for a good month and you feel like it is easy to do, you're not struggling on what to eat, you're not missing gluten on those days, you're not craving it, you feel like, I got this, then go down to cutting out gluten 3 days a week. So now you're just having it 4 days a week. Again, do that for a month, same thing. Once you feel okay and you can reduce it more, go down to 3 days a week. And from there, 2 days a week. And then from there, 1 day a week, until eventually it is out of your life and your diet. This might take you weeks, it might take you months, it might take you a full year. But by doing baby steps like this, by the end of 2023, you probably will be gluten-free fully and love it. Versus cutting it out right now, a few days ago, cold turkey, and then being like, this sucks, I hate doing this, I can't do it, and then start binging, right? So I hope you guys see where I'm going with this. Again, the point of this video was to kind of squash New Year's resolutions, as I don't think they are manageable or maintainable for most people, and it leaves us feeling like failures if we're not achieving these massive goals we're setting for ourselves. Instead, make weekly and daily little goals to achieve a long-term goal that you do not have a timeline on. Don't say in 3 months I'm losing 50 pounds. That's not accurate. Might happen for you and great, but most people, you can't put a timeline on health things like that. You kind of like do the healthy things, let your body then take it from there, however long it takes, right? So forget New Year's resolutions, set mini goals. Doesn't matter when you're starting. It does not need to be the new year. As much as I love New Year's and I celebrate it and I appreciate it and I get excited for what the new year has to bring, it is not a dictating day for me on when I need to start something. So start right now. It doesn't have to be the new year. Start next week, whenever you feel like you are ready, and set small goals. And then as far as an overall goal, have an umbrella goal. So you can say, I want to eventually become gluten-free. And what's the reason? So maybe my skin can clear or my IBS can clear. So the IBS or the skin clearing is a bigger goal you have, but it is not your goal. So you're not going to set a New Year's resolution to clear your IBS or clear your skin. You're going to set a New Year's resolution goal to lead a healthier life by making small daily decisions. And as you do these, you will reach your bigger goal of clearing your skin or your IBS. I hope that makes sense and I hope that helps. I have stopped doing New Year's resolutions for about 9 or 10 years now because they just were always something that was unattainable for me. It was something that I really wanted, and I, for some reason, thought if I start this goal in the new year, I'm going to achieve it. And it never happened, whether it was weight loss or a financial goal or anything else. It is so hard because most of us are setting such big goals for ourselves and we're not taking into account our off days, days that we're sick, days that we're exhausted, days that we're feeling down or depressed, and everything else with it. So I hope that this video finds you well, and I would love to know what your New Year's goals are. If you did set resolutions, I'd love to know what your resolutions are as well. I'm not here to judge or anything. I just am hoping to help everyone get more attainable health journeys, I guess. But I would love to know either way what your resolutions or your goals are in the comments down below. For me, I'll just end the video kind of sharing a couple of our goals. A big goal for me was, I should say a small goal for me, okay? We mainly decided to not do anything crazy as far as what our sights are for 2023. We just have financial goals of making sure we are doing things that we can to prepare ourselves for retirement, for, not that we're retiring anytime soon, we're very young, but just thinking about, finances in a different way, preparing ourselves for whatever the world is bringing in this year financially, just having a little bit more stability. And that means doing little day-to-day things, being mindful day-to-day of our spending, of what we're purchasing, of products we're consuming, things like that. So just kind of checking in daily on, what did we spend today? Did we spend anything? If we spent something, could we have done without it? Kind of making those daily mindful, I guess, like, can't think of the word right now. Actually, I'm brain fogging right now. Haven't slept ever past like 6 months because of the baby. But anyway, just kind of making these daily little goals. And so for us, it was finances. And for me, I don't have health goals. My goal is mainly just financial. And also I have some things I'd like to be doing with my business to bring even more support to you guys. But I can't share too much on what that is just yet, as there's so much that's still in the works. But yeah, some business goals as well. And that is all. I hope you guys have a very beautiful and happy and prosperous and healthy new year. And I will talk to you in my next video.